Over the past few decades, Shrek has become one of the most remembered and loved animations of the 2000s generation, which can, without much difficulty, be considered the golden age of animation. Never before has there been such great and aligned quality in the genre, and such a phenomenon may never occur again. The achievements that the Pixar DreamWorks Blue Sky generation achieved in this period, before they were all directly or indirectly controlled by Disney, being truly unique. But when it comes to Shrek, perhaps the most striking element in its entirety is the boldness with which the work launches itself, for it is not afraid to behave like a fable, even in an age when stories of this type have already fallen into oblivion and might seem crude to more cynical eyes. Time has proven that the fable element is perhaps Shrek's greatest quality, as it is not afraid to put talking animals, magic lands, and princesses on the screen, yet does so in a clever, modern, and well-thought-out way. Not just by instituting a simple happily ever after ending. Shrek is, after all, an onion. A work that is about layers, a shell of fantasy, but with layers of realism hidden inside. To better list these layers, these sources of teachings and morals, nothing better than to read 7 lessons extracted from Shrek. And if you want to contribute with any more, please comment below. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it is of utmost importance not to judge people for their appearance, because this is nothing more than a detail. There is a need to see what is invisible to the eye, to value the personality and character of each one. Number 2. Don't judge a book by its cover. As with the first item, many characters in the film are misinterpreted and judged without taking the time to establish a clear connection with others or with the audience itself. Such judgment being made only on the basis of their appearances and prejudices. There is a value behind the aesthetic aspects, which shows that to evaluate something more accurately, one must consider the whole context, which forces us not to judge a book by its cover alone. The film shows how relying on this element alone can lead to misunderstanding and error. Shrek would never have become a hero if his ogre-like appearance had not been left behind at some point in the film. Just as Fiona would always have been seen only as a princess, and not as a brave woman hiding behind her delicacy. Number 3, friendship is everything. The friendship that develops between Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona is one of the main themes of the film, and shows how it can be instrumental in overcoming challenges and finding true happiness. Together they face many obstacles on their journey that would most likely not have been overcome if they had been apart or alone, which makes them learn to cooperate and work as a team, as well as trust each other, thus creating a friendship that would last a lifetime. Friendship is a source of comfort and support in difficult times, whether it be in the obstacle of these journeys. Finally, friendship and relationships can also serve as a source of personal growth and empathy development, which is a valuable side lesson for children who are still in the process of building their emotional maturity and personality, which will ensure a healthy relationship with their friends. Number 4, and the family as well. Another point that the film makes a point of emphasizing is the importance of family in the formation of character and personality of the characters, as well as their role during the difficult times they have to face. Shrek begins the film as a lonely and unhappy character, making this very clear through his difficult and grumpy behavior, even to the donkey that had never heard him. However, during the course of the novel, he begins to contemplate the opportunity to have a family to call his own, with Fiona, and even with children. With this, he begins to understand that family was not limited to his initial negative conception, but could also be a place of acceptance, love, and support. and that even he himself had the opportunity to have one, provided he had the courage to grasp this realization. At this point, the work not only shows its audience the importance of valuing one's homes and family, but also already builds the foundation for the next point on our list. Number 5, the importance of courage. None of Shrek's achievements came for free. Quite the contrary. The plot has always highlighted and made clear the importance of courage to overcome the challenges that appear along the way for the trio of protagonists to achieve their goals. Shrek needed the courage to face his fears, overcome barriers, and save his future wife. In the same way, Fiona also needs the courage to embrace her true identity and fight for what she believed was right. The film shows how courage is fundamental to any achievement, because human beings can only conquer something when they leave something behind, even if it is comfort. The film highlights, through the arc of various characters, how important self-knowledge is in order to find happiness. Fiona needs to learn to accept her true identity, and Shrek needs to learn to love himself. But to do this, they both need to understand each other and understand where their paths take them from there. And this takes time. It takes time because most of the characters don't reflect on their actions. They just act in a one-dimensional, objective way. Only through self-knowledge can these characters display maturity and growth. And this is the key to success in the face of adversity. To grow in the face of them, find inner. Number 7. True love overcomes all. To think that Shrek could be with a princess like Fiona at the beginning of the movie would be almost silly. But that is the magic of the movie, as it is not afraid to challenge dogmas and fables. Together, the couple faces many obstacles, from the problems of their relationship in the beginning, to the building of a friendship, and finally, of their feelings for each other. Friendship is a great link between them, but it is only because of love that certain difficulties and prejudices are overcome. Only because courage can manifest itself, and above all, it is through love that both can find their happy ending at the end of the story, even if it is very different from those we are used to seeing in stories about princesses and heroes.